we are golden. I think we're good. Yeah, all right. Happy Tuesday. Um, I can't believe it's Tuesday. I lost track of time already. It's been kind of a strange week. Let me lift this up just a smidge. Okay, awesome. So today, uh-oh. Let me go one higher. Good thing I have lots of yoga blocks. Okay, so today we are going to do a 10-minute diastasis-friendly workout. It is 4 exercises. I'm going to go through them together 3 times, and then you're out of here, okay? So you have a couple options here. You can do it completely body weight, totally up to you. I am in a second going to grab a medium to heavy dumbbell. I'm just going to use one today. And then I'm also going to grab a chair or a bench. Something that you can put your foot up on. Okay. So what I'm going to have you guys do is I'm going to walk through what we're going to do today. And I'm going to have you guys just warm up while I'm talking through it, and then you'll join me and we'll go through it together. Okay, so let's just start with, oh, you know what? And you're going to want a pillow, a rolled towel, a ball of some sort. Mine apparently in this cold needs to be inflated. I'm not going to do that now. But again, like a throw pillow works great too. I'll show you with that as well. Might be better for me today actually with this ball a little deflated, but we'll see. Okay, so just a pillow if you have it handy. And what I'm gonna have you guys start doing is just marching it out, okay? So start with some marches, and then I will walk through some of the exercises. I might switch up your warm-up as I go. That way, when we get into it, you can just get right into it with me and you know what's coming. And I've kind of explained all the exercises. Okay, so right now you're just marching it out. I am explaining, you're just marching. Okay, we're going to start with some dead bugs. So you have a couple options here with these. You can do no arm movement and just focus on the legs. You can start with just leg slides here. You can do knee lifts here. Okay, you can come to here, or you can go full dead bug. Okay, and then you can also add the arms, so opposite limbs extend. Okay, I'm probably gonna live here right now. Okay, just no ego, pick what feels good in your body with all of these exercises, but especially the dead bug. You're gonna want to, let's switch into body weight squats now. You're gonna want to challenge your body so that the exercise feels as hard as possible, but you're not breaking form, you're not feeling anything cheat, okay? Where if you go up a level, if you go up to that next level, for example, if I start going straight legs instead of that bent leg, like I said, I'm actually gonna start to feel my back pull a little bit. And so I don't wanna do that, okay? I wanna get as strong as possible at the previous level and then eventually work up to that, okay? Then from here, this is where the pillow or your ball might come in handy. You are going to be in a tall kneeling position. If you need a pad for your knees, that's okay. Let's see, best view, okay. So everything from your knees to shoulders is going to stay in a nice straight line. You are going to exhale, squeeze the pillow and lean back. Keep squeezing until you get here, and then it's inhale. Trying to keep everything here in a nice straight line. So only go back as far as you can, okay? You don't have to go all the way down, that's okay. Then we're gonna come up grabbing our single dumbbell. And for this one, I'm gonna hold it with one hand. So I'm gonna have you go into some jumping jacks now. Okay, so you're out of those squats, you're into some jumping jacks. And then hinging here. Butt goes back, weight stays nice and close to the body. Okay, hinges. And then we're gonna go into a Bulgarian lunge. So one of your feet is gonna come back up on your surface. I'm gonna have my right foot is planted, dumbbell is in my left hand. I'm gonna hinge forward slightly. This hinge is gonna stay the same the entire time. Okay? So if you watch my head, it should stay in line with this picture the entire time. Okay? And then bringing that dumbbell towards your front foot, keeping that hinge. We'll do both sides. Okay, you can also do that one without a weight, totally okay, just up to you. Let me just move this back a little bit. All right, so stop your warm up. Make sure you have all your equipment. And let's get started. Okay, we're gonna start with those dead bugs. Again, picking the version that works best for you. There is no ego involved. Only what makes your body the strongest possible. We're gonna do 10 each. Make sure you're counting on your own. I don't always trust my count when I'm talking. Get that exhale with that pelvic floor lift. Deep core is super tight. Now you can also, and sometimes it helps, hold the dumbbell over your chest as you do those. It just makes the upper body a little bit more supported and stable and can make a big difference. Okay, grab your pillow, your ball, and we're doing our kneeling. Remember, you're not sitting your butt back like this. Everything stays in a straight line. You've got 10 total. Only as far back as you feel like you can. Before you feel like you're starting to sag your butt. Again, make sure you're counting because I do not trust myself when I'm trying to teach. I get pretty close, but just make sure you're doing 10. Good. And then we're going into those hinges. So you can also do this with 2 separate dumbbells, or there's the one heavier dumbbell. Okay, now feet are hip width apart and maybe a foot off the wall. And I'm trying to reach my butt back for that wall, keeping my knees over my midfoot. Okay, so again, 10 of them. Really reach that butt back, lower leg stays put. I like to look down, but slightly in front. So think a 45-degree angle with your eyes from standing. It'll help keep your spine and the head in a decent, if not pretty good, alignment. Okay, and I know you're thinking, there's no way this is diastasis friendly. How does this help my core? We need length and strength in our butt to take pressure off the core. So same thing here with these, okay? So again, you can do this with or without the weight. Maybe in round 1 while I'm walking you through this, I'm gonna go without the weight. Okay, so back leg is up, hinge, So really get that butt back, knee stays where it is, and then you're coming into lunge. And I want you to think, so my left leg is planted, I'm gonna bring that right hand across. And it'll give a little bit of a rotation, it'll help you sit into here, okay? 10 on each side. Keeping that hinge, so don't straighten up as you come. Keep that butt pushed back. Good rotation. You should really feel, even without the weight, I'm feeling it in this left glute. And then you'll switch sides. Same thing, other side. Okay, back foot comes up, slight hinge, maintaining that hinge throughout. My right leg is planted, so I'm bringing that left hand across. Now, like on this side, I can feel myself trying to fight the hinge a little bit more. So I'm just really going to concentrate on staying in that hinge. And then we are right back to those bed bugs. So again, try and stick with whichever version you did last time, unless it felt too easy. Then I want you to try and challenge yourself and go a little higher, a little more advanced. Now, let's say the full extension straight legs is too much, but this version maybe feels too easy. You can keep a slight bend and just extend a little further. And slowly, each time you do them, like each day, not today, start working on getting them straighter and straighter as you go. Okay, so there are variations within the variations. There are ways to challenge yourself without overdoing it. And with diastasis, we absolutely do not want to overdo it, because then we're working backwards and trying really hard to backtrack and start over when you feel like you're trying to make progress, okay? So, oops, too much bend in the butt on that one, okay? And especially as you get towards that leaned back here, you should really start to feel that core connection. You might feel it in the front of the legs. They are connected to your core as well. There is a hip flexor here that ties into the core. That's why this is so good. And by squeezing, it really helps connect you to that deep core even more. You're still thinking, exhale, lift the pelvic floor. Tighten the core. You should be able to talk even with a tight core. It should never be holding your breath. Okay, and then we're into that hinge. Just like that, you're exactly halfway through. You guys are doing great. Okay, so again, feet are about hip width apart. Reaching your butt back up behind you. Use the exhale to help you stand. Just 10. Keep those knees over your heels. Don't push them back. Don't straighten them out. It's like you're trying to close a car door with your butt. So I actually think I'm going to stick to no weight on these guys. because I could feel myself coming out of the hinge with my right leg planted. And if I add a weight to that, I'm going to cheat even more. So I really want to concentrate on being able to sit into that hip, get that good hinge, and not cheat it. And I promise I will still feel it, because I already do, without the weight. Especially if your body is trying to cheat and you can keep it from cheating without the weight, you will feel it more. Because you're actually going into that full end range of motion. You're really challenging your body, okay, more than a weight would cheating. Again, trying to get length in that backside to help the core do its job better, to take pressure off the core, because your glutes are incredibly important for helping stabilize pelvis and the trunk. And if they are not getting length and they're not showing up to do their job, your core is overworking or there's too much pressure on the front, and it is not going to make that DR any better or stronger. Okay. Now remember, with the diastases, the goal isn't to close the gap necessarily, although we all want to look a certain way and it does get in the way sort of mentally. As long as when you're doing things like this, there's no coning or doming and you're not causing extra pressure out on the front, then we're not going to make that diastasis any worse. Kind of forgot where I was going with that. Yeah, I'm not really sure. Okay. We're in our last round. I'm tired, it happens. You should be feeling it too. Okay, going to where your body feels best right now. Making sure you're not, oh, that's where I was going. So it doesn't need to be closed. It needs to be functional. It needs to have strength at the midline, which translates to little to no depth. So when you're testing yourself for a diastasis, if you can fit your fingers in the gap, but they don't go down very far, because it's tense and it's tight and it's working hard, then that is a fully functional diastasis. If you can put your fingers in the gap and it's squishy and soft, and your fingers go really far down, that's gonna be not good. That's not a functional diastasis. That's what we don't want. So even if it's not closed all the way, but it's tight and it's firm, then you're looking at a healthy, strong midline. Okay? Almost there, just our hinges and our lunges. You guys got this. Really sticking that butt out. Okay? If you're feeling this in your lower back, either double check your form or ditch the weight and just work on getting some length. Okay, really sticking your butt out like you're trying to touch the wall behind you or shut a car door. Remember, only 10 of them. Good. Just gonna put this, re-rack this, get it out of the way. Last but not least, final exercise today. You guys are done and out of here. Okay, so core should be feeling good, glutes should be feeling good, you should be feeling really good, and hopefully stronger, right? Again, hinge and rotate slightly. You're really thinking about bringing left foot to right ankle. I'm sorry, left hand to right ankle. Using that breath. So what works best for me is to exhale down and up. But for some, it helps to exhale down, inhale up, or the reverse. So you just kind of need to pay attention to where or how you feel the pressure, where or how you feel like maybe your back is overdoing it, and play with it. The safest option is definitely exhale down, exhale up. And making sure it's not an exhale that bears down, it's an exhale that tightens and lifts. That's the big key. Whoop. It's gonna test that balance a little bit. That's where the core comes into play. Okay, so mine's getting a little tired, which is natural and good because we're in our final round. You guys did it. Diastasis-friendly workout, 10 minutes or less, you're done. Okay, breathe in a little heavy. Muscles are feeling good, feeling worked, but you're not feeling so fatigued you're completely shot. You feel like maybe you might be a little bit sore walking out of here, and that's okay. Maybe you won't be, and that's okay too. We're not destined to leave every single workout feeling incredibly sore. That's never my goal. That should never be your goal. If it is happening and it's not your first week of working out, we might need to look into what we're doing and adjust, because you should eventually stop feeling sore, especially when you're repeating some of the exercises, okay? So there is your 10-minute diastasis recti friendly workout. I hope you enjoyed it. If you guys have any questions, please do not hesitate to drop them in the comments below. Share it with a friend, let them know you took it, repeat it, test yourself, improve. And I will see you guys all in the next live. Have a great Tuesday.